me know if you can hear me now. Hopefully the audio's coming through. Still nothing. Let's keep trying. I will continue to... You can hear me now? Okay, good. All right. I didn't adjust my settings on my end. That's really odd that the OBS disabled my my headset, so that's odd. All right. Thank you for letting me know. Well, let's get into it. Welcome back, many of you. I'd like to thank all the regular people who keep coming back to my live stream. You know who you are, so thank you for keep coming back. We do have some exciting content today, especially if you're looking to autofill the form based on the user location. This is very helpful for applications that are public-facing, especially. So if you are looking to collect maybe the device location or the user's location where they're submitting the form, you may need that information to study your user groups and find out where people are reaching out from. Now, I thought it would be fun to do something interactive, so I built a form. I'm going to give you a live demo of the form. As soon as you load the link, you're going to be able to see the fields automatically populate with the location. Now, this is not my exact location. I have altered the settings so it doesn't show my exact city. So what I would like to do is send you guys the link via chat. And if you can do me a favor, just submit the form. You don't have to fill out any of the fields. These are all optional here at the very top. The only one that I'm really looking for is the country field. And you can remove the other fields if you'd like, the information in the other fields if you don't feel comfortable with that. Because what I did was I created a chart. And I'd like to be able to see the distribution of users where you're located based on country. So the only one that I really want you to leave filled in is the country field. The rest of them you can remove and then hit submit. And I will just show you what I'm talking about. So I will submit the form. I'll be the very first one to submit the form, hit submit, and that's all you need to do. So let me paste the link in the chat. All right, so do me a favor, just click on that link and do exactly what I did on my end. Remove the bottom 4 fields, leave the country field filled in, hit submit, and then we're gonna reload that chart. And when you're done, let me know, and then we can see where people are tuning in from. I have a strong feeling that overwhelming number of people will be here in the US, and then we might have some few people overseas. So we'll see exactly where people are tuning in from. And then once we're done with that, we're going to learn and see how that was done in Caspio. When you're done filling out the form, just let me know. I'm going to give you guys less than a minute here to fill that out. Hit submit, and then let me know in the chat window that you're done. And we'll reload the form. Or the chart that I have. We'll keep it suspenseful. I won't reload the chart until I get a few people to fill it out. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Dexter. We'll wait maybe 20 more seconds, and then we'll load the chart. Also, just so that you know, in the future, for the live streams, I do plan on expanding the live stream to include incentives and giveaways. So if you do attend, you will see that we'll have some competitions, and we will find a way to incentivize it by giving away, well, I don't want to give away too much in terms of what I plan on doing, but we are going to give away prizes and things like that that are Caspio related. And the more you attend, obviously, the better would be, more chances you'll have at winning incentives and prizes. Okay. Caspio jacket size large. Okay. We'll see. Merchandise is definitely one of the things that we plan on doing. All right, so let's reload the chart. So let's take a look. Hopefully, we'll get to see the distribution. All right, so let's take a look. We have 7 here in the, which one is this? US, as I predicted. And then we have 1 here, which is, well, I should have actually done a pop-up as well so that we can see the label pop out so that we know exactly what country it is. But this one here is the Philippines. We have 2 in the Philippines. We have 1 in Africa. And, you're going to have to forgive me, ZA. Country code ZA. That I will have to look up later on. I guess my geography is a little bit off these days. I don't want to say it. I have an idea what it is, but I don't want to get it completely wrong. So we will leave it at that. Okay, so let's see how we can build a form that contains a little bit of JavaScript to automatically fill in these fields so that we can track the location of the people that are submitting the form, or maybe the device location. In addition to being able to populate the fields in the form, you can also hide these fields from the end user so the end user doesn't actually see the fields. The only fields that they'll get to see are the top 4 fields, and then in the background you can collect that information and have it stored in the database. Yeah, I figured it was South Africa, but I don't want to get it wrong and sound ignorant, so I will just not say anything about that. Okay, so let's go and see how this was done in Caspio. I do have it already created, so I'm just going to go through my table and show you how I did that. So let's go into the database table, click on design, and I modified our how-to article slightly. This is actually very simple to implement inside your own Caspio account. The solution that they provided in the how-to only collects country and time zone, right? 2 fields, so we can collect the country, the time zone, so you're going to need these 2 fields in your table. The rest of the fields are up to you, whatever information you want to collect on that form, okay? But these are 2 important fields. Now, in my example, I included also city, region, and zip code. So in addition to country and time zone, I'm also including 3 more fields because I want to be able to collect that information as well. If you're following the how-to, they only have 2 fields. Now in the JavaScript, it's a very simple modification if you want to include city, postal, and region. Right now, we're only getting the country value and the time zone value if you follow the article exactly the way it is, down to a T. Okay. However, we also have other variables up here for city, region, and postal. So all you have to do in this script is copy this line 3 more times and just change the value here from time zone to city and response to city. You also have to change the region and postal. So just duplicate the line 3 more times and change out these values and response values to city, region, and postal code. All right. So you're going to have a total of 5 lines in the script, and that's all you have to do. So in my example here on the data page, first you'll see the table. I have 5 fields. Those are the 5 fields I wish to collect. And on the data page side, if I click edit, we're going to hit next a few times. So we have all of our fields in the submission form. And then in the footer where we include the script, you will notice that I have the country field, or the country value, response country, and then I also have city, I have region, I have postal, and time zone. So when the form loads, you're going to be able to automatically populate those fields with the user's location where they're located. Okay? So as I said, it's a very simple implementation. Again, the variables are already provided for you, and then you can collect that info. And in the end, all I did was build a simple chart. Took me just a few minutes to build this out. We have a pie chart. We hit next based on that table that collects all that information. And then in the configuration settings, we have the category set to country. As I said, I'm only displaying the country field. But if I wanted to, I can do a donut chart where we have the country field in the inner circle, and then maybe I could have the city field in the outer circle so that we can see all the cities per country if I wanted to get a granular distribution of cities by country. And then we have the value field where we do a simple count. I can also display that as percentage if I wanted to. All right, so if I leave it as percent and hit finish and I reload my chart, you will now see how we have almost 60% of users submitted from the US, and then you can see the other distribution as well. Okay. Now let me also do a data tip pop-up here as well, so that when you hover over the pie segment, you're going to be able to see a pop-up as well. So I'm just going to edit my chart so that you guys can see that as well. Back to my configuration screen, and then here under value, we can see label and data tip. So let's do both. Hit finish, reload the chart, and now when you hover over, you're going to be able to see that this belongs to US, South Africa, Philippines, another South African country, and then we have the US. I think this is somebody just changing the input value from US to United States. That's why it's different. But what somebody did was they changed this to United States to have it be as a different country. So somebody modified US. However, in the end, when you hide that field, the end user is not going to have the ability to change that value to anything else. It's going to be written as US. Okay? So that's just somebody manipulating that information here in the form. That's why you see two different US values. All right. So Latin long can also be collected. So we do have so if you want to combine that script with Latin long, you definitely can. So if you look for in the how-to, collect lat long. Let me just see if I can pull it up. I might need to write it out. So generate geolocation coordinates from submission forms. So here, if you include the lat and long fields in your table, you can hide those two fields, obviously, on the submission form. And then we have the script provided for you. It's a longer script to collect the long and lat. But if you put this in your footer and they hit submit, you're going to be able to now have the exact location of where that form is submitted from. Okay, lat and long. And then you can do some more fun things on the front end. If you have map integration, you can also pinpoint the location on the map if you'd like. So if you combine that with that functionality, you can get more out of that feature where you collect the location. Okay, so here, let me send you guys this tutorial. I believe that I did a video on this a while back. Okay, so this is more of a precise location if you get the exact long and lat of the submission. But they have to enter in the address. Yeah, they do have to enter the address in order for you to get the long and lat. I don't think, well, maybe we can try to modify. I'm not sure if there's a way to just get it without getting the address, though. I'm not really sure if that's, maybe it is possible to get it, but I'll have to research that a little bit. I know this solution, it does require them to fill in the address. You can make the fields required. But to get it exactly without them filling in the address, that's something I'll have to investigate. Okay. To look into that offline and find out if it's possible, and if it is, maybe we can offer another how-to solution on how to do that. Yeah, thank you, Ben. Yeah, so we are going to be doing a lot more things with the live stream, especially with Discord, to grow the community there as well. We're going to do polls. I'm always accepting ideas for live streams, so if you guys would like to see something in the live stream, definitely let me know, and I will include that in the future live streams. And because somebody wanted me to build a real estate application last week, they wanted me to do something like that. This coming Monday, we're going to build a simple real estate application from scratch, which will include the ability for agents to log in and submit properties and modify properties. And then on the front end, on the public side, people are going to be able to submit an inquiry for each property, which will go directly to the agent so they can retrieve those messages and find out who is interested in those properties. So that's something that we're going to be building the following Monday. It's not live yet on our YouTube, so you won't be able to find it until probably end of today or tomorrow. But you will be able to see it in less than 2 days on our YouTube channel. But that's the topic for this coming Monday. Okay, you may not be building a real estate solution, but at least you're going to be able to see how we go about, wiring all of the data pages together and how do we deploy the data pages to the website so that we have a final solution deployed and ready for end users to use. Okay. So today's class was only 18 minutes. As I mentioned before, sometimes these live streams will go a full hour. Sometimes they'll be less than 30 minutes. It just depends on the content and what we have. But at least now you can go about your Monday and the rest of your week. And hopefully you look forward to the next Monday where we do the real estate build. So thank you all so much for attending. I will open up and keep the chat going here for a few more minutes to see if you have any last minute questions. If not, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate your time as always. And I look forward to seeing you on the following Monday. And if you do come back, yeah, please do, because like I said before, we are going to incentivize it. We're going to be offering prizes and things like that. And we will find a fun way to offer those prizes. But stay tuned. I'm still working out the details on how we're going to go about doing that. Okay, so we might have some, just to give you a little hint, we might have some live hackathons. Okay, where you'll actually go in Caspio, build something out, and then we're going to have somebody looking at what you created, and based on that, we can decide, who qualifies to get what. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it's still a little bit down the line. We're working out the kinks to find out how we're going to put it all together with Discord, polls, and what we're going to do with that. But keep coming back, and you will be rewarded. All right. So I will end the live stream. Again, like I said, I'll keep the chat going for a few more minutes. I'm going to close the live stream. And then again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Okay? Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Ben. King, Capo, Lee. And I know Corey was here, and also Tracy. Stability and family. Thank you for coming back. I really do appreciate it. Thanks, Dexter. Brian. Oh, and Brian too. Yeah, I know, Brian. Sometimes you'll comment. Unless you do, I don't know if you're here or not. I have no visibility to see who's here. I just know based on the people commenting in the chat. That's the only way I know when people show up. But thanks, Brian. All right.